Hi class. This course is about QuickBooks for beginners. On this course, you will learn about accounting basic overview, QuickBooks company file setup, QuickBooks reports, bookkeeping using QuickBooks for small company, bookkeeping mistakes made in QuickBooks and how to solve them. Also, at the end of the discussion, there will be a test and also a bookkeeping exercise. Course expectations. This course will be in several recordings and screen sharing all throughout. There are several images and screenshots as well, so you can use this presentation as your handouts. At the end of our discussion, there is a quick self-test to test yourself and your knowledge. Lastly, there are exercises for your practice. I hope you will enjoy this course. For our first lesson, we will be having accounting basic overview. On this lesson, you will learn the following: definition of accounting, the basic accounting equation, transactions in accounting, record keeping in accounting, accounting period, forms of business ownership, and types of business activity. Accounting is the art of analyzing, recording, summarizing, reporting, reviewing, and interpreting financial information. In simple words, accounting includes three basic activities. First is identify, second is record, and lastly, communicate the economic events of a firm or a company. The basic accounting equation is assets equals to liabilities plus owner's equity. Transactions. Transactions is an event generated while business activity, whereas other departments of a company also forward business transactions to the accountant of that company. And all transactions are recorded as an entry within the accounts. Examples of transactions that we have on a daily basis for a business is sales, purchases, receipts, and employees' compensation. Record keeping and accounting. Before starting a business, every firm must have to set up accounts in which to store information at the beginning of the business day. Accounts are classified as follow. We have assets, liabilities, equity, expenses, and revenue. We will be using these accounts to do chart of accounts. So for assets, liabilities, and equity, it will be very useful because we will be reporting them in our financial statements, which is balance sheet. Also, for revenue and expenses, they will be very useful in reporting to one of our financial statements, which is income statement and also known as profit and loss. Accounting period. There are two accounting periods. The first one is the common one, which is calendar tax year. It is 12 consecutive months starting from January 1 and finishing on December 31. The second accounting period is the fiscal tax year, which is 12 months consecutive starting from any month and finishing on the last day of any month except December 31. For example, February 1, the start of the fiscal year, for example, my company is February 1, 2022, and it will end at January 31, 2023. Forms of business ownership. The most common forms of business ownership are sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, and limited liability company. For sole proprietorship, it means there's only one person who manages and who owns the company. For partnership, there are several persons who owns the company and they consider themselves as partners. For corporation, there is a group of people who owns the company and they own the company through shares and stocks. And for limited liability company, this is the same with partnership and corporation. However, as the name suggests, they have a limited liability to their creditors, loans, and other stakeholders. For types of business activity, We have three common types of business activity: retailer, wholesaler, manufacturer. Manufacturer is the one who produces the product, while wholesaler is the one who sells uh, bulk products from the manufacturer. And retailer are those persons or those business that sells these products to the consumers. For our lesson number 2, we will be having QuickBooks company file setup. So on this lesson, you will learn how to sign up for QuickBooks Online, set up your company file, link your bank and credit card accounts, import your list, create or your invoices, customize your invoices, set up sales tax, add employees, manage users, and how to get help in QuickBooks Online. So please refer to the your copy of the presentation because we will be relying more on screen sharing for this lesson. So there are two types on how to sign up for QuickBooks. The first one is by invitation. For users or invited users such as company administrator, standard users, reports only users, time tracking only users, and accountant, you should be able to receive an invitation email which looks like this. All you need to do is click accept invitation, and after you accept the invitation, you will be redirected to creating an account with your details. So primarily, the details that will be asked from you are your name, first and last name, email address, um, and also the phone number. The second way for you to sign up for QuickBooks is if you will create a new account. So you can access QuickBooks Online anywhere you have an internet connection from your computer or mobile device. It's always up to date and it only takes a few minutes to create an account and get up and running. So just since we are using or we are in the Asia Pacific part, we need to sign up using the link for QuickBooks Global so that we will be able to select the country such as Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia. So go to this, don't forget to always go to this link. So to sign up for QuickBooks Online, sign up on to sign up on the global accounts for Indonesia, Singapore, and Malaysia, go to the bottom part of the page and look for select country and choose other countries. Then on the next page, please select Asia Pacific, then choose your country. Okay, I'll just show you how to go on that page because there will be an exercise that you will need to create your own account. So again, go to this link, and then once you are here, all you have to do is go at the bottom part, select country, other countries, and then once you are on the next page, click the section for Asia Pacific, and then you will see here Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. Okay, let's go back on how to sign up for QuickBooks. So for to sign up for QuickBooks, all you have to do is after you select the country, let's say for myself, Philippines, this goes to all of the countries in Asia Pacific. So when you sign up and you select your country, you will go here and then look for the portion, which is the pricing. So there is a way for you to click whichever plan you would like to. For this activity or exercise later on, you will be required to sign up for a Simple Start. This is for new micro businesses and self-employed, and there's a free 30-day trial. Okay. Then after you select the plan, choose the plan with or without payroll. So we highly suggest that you use um, with payroll. Sorry, without payroll, because if you will choose with the payroll, there's an optional service that has an additional subscription for that. Then the third step, you need to click checkout, and then you will be redirected on this page or pop up that will ask you to put your email address, your mobile number, and your password. Then after that, after filling the information, please click one more step, and then on the next step, you will be providing your credit card information. You can use credit card or debit card or your PayPal. Once you set up or once you sign in on your account, all you have to do is to set up your company file. So after that, after signing in, you will be asked several questions, and these several questions that will be asked by QuickBooks will set up your company file and tailor the program to better fit your needs, because uh there's a different options for service company, and there's also a different option for an individual company, there's a different selection for product company goods. You provide goods, and there's another for services. So the QuickBook dashboards displays this, and then you will see the home page. So your QuickBooks dashboard will serve as your home page. This will also provide a quick snapshot of your business health. So let's go back to the screen share. So here on the QuickBooks, this is the dashboard. So you will see bank accounts and different shortcuts that you need when there's transaction going on. There's also another tab for business overview. You will see here the snapshot of your company. How much is your profit? How much are your expenses? Invoices, if you have overdue invoices from customers, and how much is your sales for the last 30 days. Now, after that, after you set up your company, um, or if you need to, if there's a necessity for you to set up your company, all you have to do is just go here on the settings icon, and then please choose account settings. So on the account settings, you will see different options for you to update your company profile. There's a link for company profile, company name, legal name, business number if you have. You can also use your company email, put your website, or whatever. There's also a way for you to somehow change your QuickBooks subscription. Also, it will tells you the usage limits that you have for users, chart of accounts, and tag groups. There's also options for sales, options for expenses. There's also options for payments. But I believe QuickBooks payments are only available in Canada. So if you were signing in from other countries, don't be surprised if there's no QuickBooks payments. There's also QuickBooks Time, wherein if you are a service company and you do a lot of service jobs, you can do this, and um, you can sign in for another app which helps you track the hours of the employees. And then there is an advanced options, and you will be able to choose other specific um, features or other specific sections that you need to update for your company. Once you're done on updating, you can just always click done at the bottom right part of the page. So you have already set up your company. The next thing that you need to do is link your bank and credit card accounts. So if you are on your dashboard, all you need to do is go to banking, then select banking at the drop down option. Once you're there, you may click link account, and then on the next part you will be asked to look for the bank name associated to your bank account. So there's already a pre-selected here, but you can click show more, or you can find them using the search bar here. So let's say I have a account for TD Canada. And then here you will be asked to log in on the online bank account. And then once you provide your username and password, just hit continue, and then all of the recent transactions are automatically um, previewed, or it will automatically appear on your banking page, or your on this portion on the banking tab. Then there you go. Whatever bank transactions you have every day, it will just automatically updated, or if not, you can always click update. So any recent transactions will enter your QuickBooks account. So how about importing your list of customers, suppliers, and products and services? So there is one center here that you can, if you are an existing existing company or business, you can, and you have already a set of customer list and suppliers list and products and services. All you need to do is go to go to here, the icon here, and then you may import data. So we can, so this is where you will um uh input bulk bulk list for different types of lists that you have. We will be discussing this later on, but how about if you're a new self-employed or new business owner and you do not have a list yet? So every time that you will have a customer, what you can do is, okay, let's say you are on your dashboard again. What you will do is, for customer list, you can go to sales, customers, and then from this page you can just add new customer. You can add your customer here one by one, and it will help you build your customer list. So as you have new customers, always do this, and your customer list will be updated. How about if you're a new business owner or a new self-employed? What you'll do for the suppliers list is, you will go again, if you are on your dashboard, you will go to your expenses tab, and then choose suppliers. And then from here, all you need to do is click select supplier, and then fill out all this information and then click save. Okay, once you have already provided all of the suppliers list, you can go ahead and create transaction for them or use their name every time you will be having transactions with them. Now, let's go back to the importing of data list. So what you'll do is, let's say you are already an existing um, customer, or sorry, you are already an existing business owner or self-employed. What you'll need to do is you have to prepare your list, and then you have to go here, as what I informed you earlier. You have to go on the settings icon, then click import data, and then on the following options here, you'll be able to choose what kind of list you would like to upload. Let's say for customers list, you can upload, you can click it here and then upload them. And if you do not have a copy of or a format of what information you should upload in QuickBooks, all you need to do is download first the sample file. So let's say I download the sample file and then open it, and then you have to format your list based on the sample file. So whenever you upload them, it will go along with the mapping of the data. So the mapping of the data just means that whatever information you entered on the file that you uploaded, it will map, and then it will be ready for import. Then afterwards, you can now click or view your customers list, suppliers list, or our products list, or any list that you have. Um, for this one, we will be discussing this in length in one of your exercises. So there will be an exercise for this, and you will see how mapping works, and you will also be able to work hand in hand with me on the recording, using the recording that I save for the exercise at the end of this discussion. So let's move on. Let's say you wanted to add, or I mean, you wanted to update your products and services. All you need to do is go again on the account, um, go again on the settings icon, and then go to account and settings, and then go to sales. So there is an option here for products and services. You can track your products and services here. All you need to do is click this pencil icon, and then you will be able to track your the quantity and price rate. You just need to turn it on. If this is turned off, then anything that like, it's, let's say there's an increase or decrease of your inventory, or there's a price increase or discounts on your rates, it will not be updated, or you will not be able to track it. So what you need to do is always turn this on, so that you'll be able to track your inventory quantity and price and rates, and then click save. So whenever you do that, your inventory will be, you will be able to track the progress of your inventory, and there will be reports that will automatically, or you can automatically download the reports wherein you can track your quantities and price and rates. Once you're done, once you're done and you have already checked everything, before you close this window, always click done, so that all the changes will be saved. Okay, let's say you wanted to create your invoice for your first client. So what you will do is always click new, the new sign here and then choose invoice. And then you will be directed to a page wherein you can create your invoice for your clients. Also, um, while doing this is the standard format of the invoice. You will be also on this page you'll be also or you have the capability of customizing the invoice. So what you need to do is on the bottom part there is a customize um option. So please click on that, and then you may edit whatever current version you have, or you may edit using new style. So once you create new style, you will be able to change the template. There are different templates here. Also, you can put a logo on your invoice. You can also try different colors on your invoices, and also there are selection of um different fonts, and you can also select different font sizes. And you may also choose the page margins from top left, bottom right of your invoice. Then once you're done, you may click done on the upper right portion. Okay. After that, you the window will close, but all you need to do is you just need to go here and then custom form styles. So you will be able to see that this invoice was saved, or the invoice template that you just created will be saved here. Let's talk about the taxes. So one of the important things that you need to set up here is your taxes. So if you would like to set up your tax depending on the country that you are in, all you need to do is on the left panel, you need to click tax, and this will be the next page. Then click select set up sales tax, and then choose your country. Or in this case, since this is a QuickBooks in Canada, you just need to choose the province or territory. So let's say the province and territory is in Manitoba. So save it, and then once it is saved, on the next page, you'll be able to see, I mean, choose the following options. You can put also your GST or HST number here. Let's say the company starts, so this is an accounting this is a calendar year because it starts at January. Then if the company reports to the revenue agency every month, you can select that. You can also select quarterly or yearly. Then you may also select the reporting period if it's accrual or cash, but most of the companies are they use cash, so you can click on that, then click next. And then on the next part, you will be asked to select another type, or I mean select another type of tax. So on this portion, it will depend on what taxation you have on your country. So it's very important that you have this information before you set it up. So um because I'm not aware of your tax how you do the taxation, I will leave it up to you. But again, if you will be creating your own online account, the sales tax or the tax that you will need to report will depend on the country, and will depend on how you report it. So after you are done, always click always click done on the upper right portion. I just did not click it here because I do not have the sales like the sales tax numbers or the tax number identification for the client, so I did not click done on that portion. But again, if you're doing yours, always click done, but you need to double check the information before doing so. The next thing that you need to set up is the um, employees. So let's say you are a business, small business, but you have like one or two employees. All you need to do is go to payroll, and then on this portion, you'll be able to add an employee. And then once you're done, please click save. So the employee information will be stored on this page. Okay, let's say that you wanted some of your employees to access QuickBooks. All you need to do is um, you have to go to this icon again, the settings icon, and then go to manage users. Then you will be redirected to the page wherein you will add a user. So for the users, it depends on your subscription. I believe every business, small business, they can have 3 users and then 2 accounting firms. Well, it depends on the subscription that you have. So for this one, there's only 1 user here, and then there's 2 accounting firms. So the process for inviting users and accountants are the same. Just click add user, and then you can choose here if it's an accountant. There's no option here, but if it's a user, you have to put if what type of user are they? Are they a standard user? So there's also a specific explanation of what access they will have. So let's say I want a standard user, then you have to click next. And then here it will discuss what are the access that they will have. You will also have control with the access. You can use all, none, or limited. And then let's say there's no access, and then just click next. And then on the next page, it will ask you if it's an employee or a specific supplier or a specific customer. So let's say it's an employee. Let's say it's a maybe this one, for example. Then you can click next, and then on the next part, um, there's different options again. You just answer yes or no if you want them to remove users, add users, if you want them to add or edit company information or manage your subscription. Click yes, and on this part you need to provide the first name, last name, and email. This is the same part with the accountants. For the accountant, once you click add user, it will just ask you for the first name, last name, and email. And then when you provide it, the next page would be, or the next thing that will prompt is a button that says save. So for example, I'm putting my name here, just for example. And then once I put the information here, when it says save, you will see here that I'm added on the list. Okay, just let's delete that because that's for presentation purposes. And then after that, you'll be able to submit. Once you click finish, it will send an invitation to that user, and it will go back to the invitation that looks like what I've shown you earlier. So that's all for lesson number 2. Our third lesson would be QuickBooks reports. So for QuickBooks reports, we will learn about how to access QuickBooks reports, QuickBooks Reports Center, report types, key reports for your business, accounting reports, customized reports, and export or download reports. Okay, so how to access the QuickBooks reports? We will do more of screen share for this lesson. So let me just exit on this present on the presentation. Okay, so on your QuickBooks, all you have to do is go to your dashboard, and then on the left panel, please locate reports and then choose reports. Okay, so QuickBooks reports has three tabs. First one is standard, second is custom reports, and third is management reports. So for standard reports, it comprises all of the standard reports that you can actually export from QuickBooks, and QuickBooks will automatically do for you. There are favorites. These are the most common reports that we pull out or we download or export from QuickBooks. We have business overview for we have the tab for who owes you, or this is the reports of who are those people or customers that owes money from your business. Sales and customers. This is about sales and different list about your customers. What you owe. This is the part for all of the reports that you will generate if you do a lot of accounts payable, or if you do a lot of loans or credit limits from your suppliers. And this one, expenses and suppliers, are for your expenses and suppliers list other than what you owe from them. We have also a tab for employees, and the last one is for your accountant. For custom reports, this on this account, we do not have any custom reports because we use standard reporting. But these are the reports that when we customize them, when we customize reports, we can save it from here. Management reports, these are the reports that needed by the management. So there are different report types. First is transaction reports. So for transaction reports, this make up the largest part of the QuickBooks reports. There are several critical reports that every business uses in their businesses. So it's a type of a transaction report is transaction detail by account. This is the type of transaction reports. So when you pull them up, you will see that it will give you a lot of information and what kind of transaction they are at this point of time. So here it's from December 1 to December 5, all of the transactions of this particular client are expenses. So let's exit. Moving on. The next type of report is list reports. So for list reports, it can be customers list, suppliers list, or account list report. One type is, as what I've mentioned, is account list report. Okay, account list. Okay, so for account list, it will look like this. So you will see the account types. It's more of like it gives more of information, not on a description, but not on the balance type or the balances, but more of a description of what list you are looking for. Other examples are customers list and suppliers list, or products and services list. Okay, let's go back again to the reports center tab. So the next type of report is summary types. Summary reports. Summary reports are designed to provide you with summary information about customer sales, expenses, and more. So example of this are balance sheet summary report. Summary. So for this one, it gives you, this is very straightforward reporting. It will just give you the totals of the particular account that you're looking for, or particular information that you're looking for. And lastly, we have the detailed reports. So detailed reports is we can search them from here. Okay, so example of detailed reports are balance sheet detail. So these are designed to provide you with detailed information about customers, suppliers, expenses, and more. So for example, earlier we pull out the um, balance sheet summary. It just gives you the summary totals. But here it gives you all of the details of each account. So let's say for this one, for the beginning balance of the checking account, there are two transactions. So other than providing you with the summary, they give you what is the content of each transaction, I mean each accounts that you have, and what are those transactions. So that's the detail reports. The key reports for your business. So the key reports for your business are four. It's profit and loss, balance sheet, aging, receivable, accounts receivable, aging summary report, and we have another one is the accounts payable aging summary report. So for profit and loss, we can get this report by going here at the report center tab, then just click or look for profit and loss. So it looks like this. It will give you the income and expenses of the company on a specific period. For balance sheet report, again, just go here in the reports and then look for balance sheet. Click on that and you will see the balance sheet. It will gives you the assets, liabilities, and equity accounts and their balances. For the accounts payable aging summary report, you may search it here, or you may also go or look for it by scrolling down. So accounts payable aging summary. Okay, so as of the moment, there's no, for this client, there are no accounts payable. And then for accounts receivable, you can search it here, or look or search it by scrolling up and down on this page. So on this case, it's on the favorite. So accounts receivable aging summary. Okay. Okay, let me just go back and discuss. So profit and loss, this provides you with your business performance in any specific period of time. It summarizes your income and expenses for the month or year. For balance sheet reports, as what I've informed you earlier again, this gives you or provides you information about the assets, liabilities, and equity, or provides information about financial snapshot of your company as of a specific date. For accounts receivable summary report, it summarizes the status of unpaid invoices and accounts receivable. So in this report, you can actually see who owes money from you and who needs to pay you, or those outstanding balances from your customers. And for accounts payable aging report, summary report, it will give you a snapshot of, or a summary of, statuses of unpaid bills that you have, and those unpaid bills or those overdue bills. So moving forward with these key reports, other than the reports that you need as a business owner, as an entrepreneur or bookkeeper, you will be also needing reports for your accountant. So if you will go to standard report, scroll down, you will see a part for your accountant. There are three specific reports that you will need. So first is journal. This is the journal. This report lists every transaction in a period and displays the debits and credits and displays them in date order or chronological order. General ledger. This report displays all the activity or transactions that occurred in an account over a period. It includes the beginning balance for each account and transaction list by date. This report lists all the transactions that occur with a period of time. The report is helpful if you need to review all your transactions in date order. Okay, let's discuss how to customize reports. So let's say you wanted to customize the profit or loss report. Just go and click customize profit and loss. Sorry, let's go back. So when you are on your report center tab and you want to customize a report, all you have to do is, let's say on our example, please click profit and loss. And then once you are here, you will see a button here that says customize. Click on that. Then on the once you click, there will be a panel on your right side that will automatically show up. You can either customize it with the general settings. On the general settings, there are report period. You can choose accounting method and number formats. Then there's also columns. For columns, you can choose if you want it to show by total, by days or weeks, months, quarters. It depends on you. And then you can also change the columns. So if you want to use a specific field, you can actually check on them. And then there's also filter. In this section, you may choose your target list. So let's say you want to choose a specific target list for your customer. You can select them here. Then on the last part, there is header or footer. So you can choose to not include your name, or you can choose to change the name of the report. You can also put a footer if you would like to have a date or time on which they were prepared or downloaded. Then if everything is okay or in place, um, you may now check everything, and then you may click run report. You may click run report or done. Then it will show up here. If you want to save the customization that you made, just click save customization. And then once it is saved, you can actually download it. So how to download or export reports. So If you're already looking at the report that you want to download, all you have to do is click this icon, and then you may choose to export to Excel or export to PDF. When you click export to Excel, it will provide, or it will download Excel format of the report. It will show like this. Okay, that's all for the QuickBooks reports. We will go on with the next lesson. Okay, our fourth lesson would be bookkeeping using QuickBooks for small company. So bookkeeping will be your day-to-day activity as a bookkeeper after you sign up and set up your company profile in QuickBooks, and also after you learn about the QuickBooks reports. This will be the main thing that you'll be doing on a daily basis, most especially if you have expenses and revenue every day. So on this lesson, you will be able to learn the definition of bookkeeping, also what are the source documents, expenses and revenue, importance of bookkeeping, four steps of basic small business bookkeeping, three benefits of online bookkeeping, entering and recording deposits and checks, and QuickBooks Online bank feed. So bookkeeping includes gathering financial data into a record-keeping system and posting transactions to an accounting system. The definition often includes additional tasks to keep your business running smoothly. If you're handling bookkeeping for your small business, you'll work on several basic tasks. If you're acting as a bookkeeper for your business, you'll review source documents and record basic accounting information. These are the samples of source documents, like receipts and invoices. Here, receipts and invoices. The most common transactions that bookkeeper will review are expenses and revenue. For expenses, you will need suppliers' invoices and suppliers' payments so that you can record your expenses in QuickBooks. You need even if you're using QuickBooks and QuickBooks are making everything convenient, automated, you still need soft copy and hard copy of the invoices. Also, in return, as you do a lot of sales or transactions with customers, you need to provide them invoices as well. What are the importance of bookkeeping? Bookkeeping can help you manage BAS compliance. Second, bookkeeping can help you make management decisions. And third, bookkeeping can help you finance your business. There are four steps for basic small business bookkeeping. First, separate your business and personal expenses. Second, choose a bookkeeping method. In accounting, there's no need in QuickBooks, there's no need for you to choose because it will if you will be using a bank feed, it will be giving you information of how much money you spent and how much money you receive. But in general term, the bookkeeping in QuickBooks uses double entry method. Third, choose your accounting method. So here you may choose whether you're using accrual or cash basis. So the tip here is whatever you choose in your revenue or in your tax agency, that the way you will do book accounting on your company, that's also the same thing that you will choose. However, here in QuickBooks, um most of the clients that I have, they use cash basis. So whatever cash we spent, we record them immediately, and whatever um whatever cash we receive, we record them immediately as an income. For cash spent, we record them immediately as expenses. Otherwise, if there are other specific transactions, we will record them and categorize them um, accordingly. So the last is categorize your transactions. There are three benefits of online bookkeeping. First, you collect payments faster through uh, online bookkeeping. Second, capture and organize receipts. So there's no need for you to put those or to compile those receipts. All you have to do is um, you scan them or you take a picture of them and you attach them on your accounting software. um Whatever transactions you have, you need also a reference as well. Next is you manage tax deductions through your online bookkeeping. So on this part, I will be using screen share. So the purpose of why we need to record deposits is we will put them first in the undeposited funds because let's say if you receive a check from a customer, it means you have the check, you have the cash in hand. However, it's not yet deposited on the company's bank account. So let's say you have a check on your hand at the moment, and you would like to deposit that on the end of the week on Friday. So you need to record today that you have a transaction. So all you need to do is go to new and then look for sales receipt. Then on the sales receipt, you have to fill in the information. So let's say customer one, um, you receive a check. Let's say the reference is 10001, and then here please always choose undeposited funds. And then let's say service date is today. Hours is, let's say hours, your services are hours, you charge by an hour. Put a description, and then let's say you did 1 hour of service rendered and your rate is, let's say, $100. um Always check the information and then save and click save and close. Now your deposit, your payment, or the check that you receive has already been recorded in your QuickBooks. Let's say you deposited already the check that you have. So that will be our step 2. Step 2, record a bank deposit in QuickBooks to combine payments. So what you will need to do is what you'll need to do is go to new and then look for if on other QuickBooks there will be like a shortcut on your homepage or on your dashboard, but if you're not able to see it, go to new and then click bank deposit. So let's say you put the that check on your checking account. So all you need to do is in the payments to deposit window, select the payments you want to combine, or select the payments that you want to show or recognize as a bank deposit. And then here, uh, since this is a different, there are different types of view for different subscriptions, but let me simplify this. So once you already select the transaction that you you deposited on your bank, make sure that you choose the bank account, and then you choose the correct check, the correct customer, um and then the correct amount that you deposited, because if it's the wrong check that you will be recognizing as deposited on your bank, there will be an error on your, or there will be a mismatch of the information. So you may also put here a memo, let's say service rendered on, you may put the date. You can also put whatever memo that you would like to remember this transaction. Then after that, after you check everything, click save and close, and that will be deposited on your bank deposits. So it means the money is already received, or the check is already received on your company's bank account. So the next step would be recording checks in the QuickBooks. So let's say you have a transaction that you need to pay. So all you need to do is you have to create a check. So what you'll do is click new and then look for check. And then on your check number, always choose the correct client. Let's say my client is Google, and then I will be getting the funds from checking account. Let's say here is dues and subscriptions. Then a subscription for let's say I bought a domain. So this is a monthly subscription, and the amount is, let's say, $50. You can put if you already used that check, you can put the check number, but if not, you can select print later, which means um you have not yet paid Google, so you will have to print later the check so that you will give the check to them later on. You'll just want to recognize the expense at the moment. So when everything is correct already, all you need to do is click save and close. So it means you have already recorded the transaction. So the first two steps, entering and recording checks, you can do that, and then once those transactions are um are reflected on your credit, on your bank account, you can match them. You don't need to click add, just choose match. So the next lecture, or I mean part here, the last part for this lesson is QuickBooks online bank feed. So QuickBooks online bank feed allows you to track and manage your receipts and expenses without having to manually input every bank transaction. Whether you have a cash deposits or withdrawals, online payments, debit card charges, transfers, or loan payments, all banking transactions can be imported into the QuickBooks online bank feed. While you access your online bank feed, while you access your online bank statement transactions and online credit card transactions, QuickBooks Online Bank Feed helps records, report, and analyze the same transactions without manual entry. So let's say your client does not do every time that there's a transaction, all they want to do is just recognize the transaction right away here. So what you will do is that the step here is okay, so let's go back to dashboard. So every time that you log in, when the client says, okay, please classify or categorize all of the transactions, all you need to do is go to banking, and then you will be directed to the banking page. And you will see all the linked bank accounts. So if there's a mark like this, it means all of the transactions have been categorized already. So you can also click update to make sure that you will capture all of the bank transactions that happen within that day or within a couple of days. Usually, on my part, I do this every Monday just to make sure that I I already recognize all of the transactions within the weekend because I do not have work every weekend. So once the bank feeds have updated, and let's say there is a transaction, all you need to do is categorize the transaction. So all of the transactions will look like this. Um, because QuickBooks is an automated feature on your account. What happens is whatever transaction it captures on your bank, it will go here, and then since I always use it will also choose the category, but you have to check the category before you click add. So let's say this one, LinkedIn and advertising, and the client told you that this transaction is for December for subscription, a December 2022 subscription. So all you need to do is put the subscription, and then you may copy the bank details so that the bank detail will still be here, and you'll be able to reference this with the bank. And then once you check everything, the name of the supplier, the category, and the memo, you can click add. Okay. Since you already click add and there's nothing to categorize anymore, you have to check if it's added on your um categorized section. So every bank or credit card link here on your QuickBooks, there is a for review and categorize. So all of the transactions that we already categorize, we put them, or after we click add, they are placed here. And there are some transactions that, let's say, if there are personal transactions and not business transactions, we exclude them from the bank banks or credit card accounts that we have here, because they are not related to the business. So that's all for this lesson, and we will move on to the next lesson, which is bookkeeping mistakes made in QuickBooks and how to solve them. For our last lesson, we have bookkeeping mistakes made in QuickBooks and how to solve them. So on this lesson, you will be able to learn different errors and um, how to solve these errors either by yourself or by the help of accountants. So the first six errors can be solved with one solution. So I will just tackling or discussing about what are those kind of errors. So the first error is data entry errors. Data entry mistakes could include entering an incorrect number, entering the correct number in the wrong order, or entering numbers instead of words or vice versa. These are the common mistakes, but there are other mistakes that can be described as a data entry error. So what are the signs, or how will you be able to know if that's an error from your data entry? First is the trial balance is off, and when you do the reconciliation, it's off. it means it doesn't match, or there seems to be a problem with the totals. And lastly, records don't match with bank statements. The second error is omission errors. So when we say omission errors, you omitted certain numbers. So let's say instead of let's say the amount is $3,600, but instead of $3,600, you put $360. So you omit the 10. So that's an example of omission errors. So how will you locate them? Identify accounting records that don't match with bank statements. Look for discrepancies in the trial balance, and find mismatched banks and find mismatched checks and balances. For the third type of error, that's duplication error. So this one, instead of removing or omitting certain information, you duplicated. So how you will be able to know if there's a duplication error? So first is showing more than usual on the books, checks and balances don't match up, and bank statements don't match up your records. So example for this are, let's say you have a telephone bill that every month, and you know that there's only one telephone bill, but when you check your accounting records, you entered twice those information or those transaction. So that's a duplication error. Fourth is transposition errors. Transposition errors are a result of reversing two digits that were entered back to back. So how will you know if that's a transposition error? So checks and balances don't match up, showing more than usual on the books, and bank statements don't match up your records. So for example, the amount is $96 on the check, but instead of entering $96, you entered $69. So that's a transposition error. Fifth is compensation errors. So for compensation errors, as the name suggests, it relates to the compensation of the employees. So this usually happens when, um, let's say, the employee calls and then ask if there's any problem, or why their salaries are not the usual as it is, or when they calculated um their salaries, it's underpaid. So you will be able to know that there's a problem with the compensation that they receive. So other than that, you will also see this when you check, if you're the ones who check um the payroll, you see that there's the same consistent number of hours this employee worked before, and but the amounts are not the same. So that's one of the indication that there is a problem with the payroll. And lastly, reversal errors. There are certain type of transactions that we need to reverse. This is more of like um doing together with accountants. So for this one, it can be as a simple as it is. It can be seen, or it can usually happen when you wrongfully categorize a specific transaction. So let's say, instead of, for example, just for example, you paid an insurance, and instead of putting that to insurance expense, you deduct the amount from the insurance expense. So that's an example of reversal error. So the first six errors, all of them can be solved with these three steps. First is double checking entries and categories. Next is don't overload and aim for accuracy and not speed. And lastly, use accounting software to automate the process. So the seventh type of error, which is the principal errors, this can be, or I really believe that this can be solved if you will work with the tax accountant, because most of the errors that occur, for principal errors, they are found out in the financial statements. So this is more of a rules that we need to do, or rules in reporting financial statements through the government, or through the any revenue agency that you need to report to. So what are the solution? First is always check, or having checks and balances in place prior. So before you do the financial statements, you always check if the amounts are balanced, if it matches the bank statements. Also, another thing, you need to check category of the transactions. You should always correct the categorizations if it's not correct, or it's not on the appropriate category. Also, you need to check final accounting report for any discrepancies before you submit it to the tax revenue or a revenue agency. And as what I explained earlier, more often, you will resolve this if you will work with a bookkeeper who is familiar with accounting principles and how to properly record transactions. This it's a bookkeeper, or an accountant who has more expertise in terms of tax. Eighth type of error is the closing error. So this kind of error happens after you report to your financial statements to the revenue agency. So if you find a transaction is posted after the closing date, it's likely you have a closing error on your hands. So closing errors could also be something as simple as making changes to your information after closing. Either way, it now means a new close has to be processed. So let's say there are certain entries that were entered right before you did the financial statements. So all you have to do is, before you do those particular entries, um, it is best that there is someone who will there's a particular person, but on this case, I really believe that there should be an accountant who will have the say, or who will have the authority to do the closing errors, or to make changes on the closing entries, so that the accounting for the next cycle will be intact, or will be correct. Ninth type of error is reconciliation errors. So it's easy to tell when books have not been reconciled properly, namely because the checks and balances do not add up. Again, this either means there was no reconciliation, or it wasn't performed properly. The solution is simple. We have to reconcile. So go in and perform the reconciliation process once more, and make sure you're checking all accounts in process. So for this type of error, usually it happens when you do the financial statement. So again, if you work hand in hand with the accountant or a tax accountant, you will be able to find out about these errors. But if you know how to do reconciliation, that's also fine. However, in QuickBooks, there is already an automated process to do reconciliation. So if you will use QuickBooks, it is less unlikely that you will encounter this one, since um when you do it, you'll be able to reconcile it, and the system will be able to also identify what are the problems through your reconciliation, and you can work on that. And lastly, misuse of accounting software. If you have information coming in that's off, being miscategorized, or just all around wonky, there's a good chance there's been a misuse of accounting software. So what is the solution? Train yourself and your employees or users on how to use it properly and take advantage of the advanced features it has to offer. Remember, when looking for accounting errors, is maintaining the essential bookkeeping principles. And lastly, this, along with double checking your work, can make all difference between correcting your mistakes and letting them fall through. So it's best that you know how to use the accounting software. If you don't know, or like us, we are beginners on it, I highly suggest that when you use or introduce yourself in accounting software, always go to its help pages and read first the basics before you go on other help pages with an advanced process, so that you will have a better understanding on the accounting software that you will be using. To summarize, in preventing the errors, um, to prevent errors as an online bookkeeper or a bookkeeper, we highly suggest to use accounting software to automate the process and reduce the amount of data that needs to be entered manually. Train yourself how to use accounting software properly. Do not overload. Aim for accuracy and not speed. Always double check entries, correcting categorizations, having checks and balances in place prior, and checking the final accounting report for discrepancies. Preventing errors, as a last option, as always, you may hire a certified accountant to check the reports, as this is reported for government and legal compliance. Working with an accountant who is familiar with accounting and bookkeeping principles is an advantage, and allow the accountant to do the closing entries and suggest a closing password to prevent anyone from making changes to the balances at the year end or month end. They will also check all the accounts and do the reconciliation for you. Okay, so let's move on with test yourself. There are 10 questions from the lessons that we had, and each question, it depends if it's a multiple choice or true or false. So every question I will be giving you 20 seconds. You will be hearing um at the background a tick of the clock. It means 20 seconds has already finished, and then we will move on to another another question. The answers will be given during our live Q&A. So uh, let's get started. For question number 1, the basic accounting equation is asset is equals to liabilities plus blank. A, owner's equity. B, owner's expression. C, owner's equality. Please answer. Time's up. Let's go to question number 2. Question number 2. A blank is an event generated while business activity, whereas other departments of a company also forward business blank to the accountant of that company, and all blank are recorded as an entry within the accounts mentioned below. A, transmission, transmissions. B, transposition, transpositions. Or C, transactions, transaction, transactions. Please answer. Time's up. Question number 3. QuickBooks Online has 5 different user types. First, primary administrator. Second, company administrator. Third, standard users. Fourth, reports only users. And 5, time tracking only users. By default, who sets up the QuickBooks Online account? A, primary administrator. B, company administrator. C, standard user. Please answer. Okay, time's up. Question number 4. Question number 4. After signing in and answering a few questions about your business, QuickBooks will set up your company file and tailor the program to better fit your needs. Is it true or false? Please answer. Time's up. Question number 5. The report center is divided into 3 tabs. The tabs are located at the top of the report center. The tabs include A, Summary, Custom Report, Management Report. B, Standard, Custom Report, Management Report. C, Standard, Customer Report, Management Report. Please answer. Time's up. Question number 6. Which report provides you with your business performance in any specific period of time? A, trial balance. B, balance sheet. 6, profit and loss. Please answer. Time's up. Question number 7. If you have previously recorded transactions using deposit and check, cash transactions transferred via QuickBooks Online Bank Feed will A, add, B, match, C, be excluded. Please answer. Question number 8. All transactions that were categorized will go to the section for categorized. If you made a mistake on any information updated on any transaction, you cannot undo them. True or false? Please answer. Time's up. Let's go to question number 9. What error is a result of reversing two digits that were entered back to back? A. Transaction. B. Transmission. C. Transposition. Please answer. Time's up. For the last question, question number 10. Most accounting software allow Most accounting software allows for closing passwords. This way, only one person has the power to go in and make any changes after the close. Is it true or false? Please answer. Time's up. Okay, all of the answers will be discussed on the next live and Q&A. So let's move on to bookkeeping exercises. There will be 4 bookkeeping exercises, and all of them, you need to follow the instructions. For exercise number 1, you need to sign up for QuickBooks Online Simple Start. There is a free trial version of this for 30 days. So again, on our previous lessons, you need to go and visit the link below. Related files and downloads for the succeeding exercises can be accessed at this link. The link will be shared to you via online, or you can just click the link on the presentation. For exercise number 2, there is a recording that you can find here on the link as well. And for exercise number 3, please click the Google Sheet title Exercise 3. Please follow the instructions of exercise number 2. um the instructions will be given to you on the link, on the video that is on the link that I have previously mentioned on exercise number 1. For exercise number 3, after you enter or after you upload all the information, um based on the instructions that I've given in exercise number 2, you need to categorize all transactions from the uploaded file. Please refer to this document for the name of the supplier, customer category, and description. Um, this link will go to the exercise number 3, which is on the sheet that I've provided to you. And lastly, exercise number 4, you need to export a profit and loss report for the month of December. Thank you very much. This is the end of our discussion. We will be having another discussion that's a live question and answer portion. And also we will be discussing the answers on the test yourself and the bookkeeping exercises. Thank you very much.